He looks the best shape and the strongest he's ever been is what his coaches are saying. And so I know on November 15th, it's going to be a war, but I just plan on outboxing him and showing the world what I'm capable of and coming alive in the moment and knocking out one of the best to ever do it.
Insiders say that Jake Paul is scared after seeing leaked video of Mike Tyson practicing with Floyd Mayweather. This is the latest twist in the story of the much-anticipated fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Mayweather is a master of defense and ring IQ, and Tyson trained with him for a long time. Jake Paul may not have expected this level of preparation. Paul has been building his fighting career with confidence, so the thought of going up against Tyson while Mayweather is coaching him could be scary. Prospect
Beautiful. Look where your left hook is when you finish, Mike.
In the video, Mayweather is watching as Tyson improves his skills. Tyson shows a mix of brutal power and newly improved defense skills. Mayweather has clearly had an effect on Tyson because he is moving more strategically and controlling the ring with his footwork, while saving his energy for well-timed hits with Mayweather's help. Tyson is likely learning how to pace himself, an aspect of the fight that could keep him from burning out early. Jake Paul is known for having a lot of stamina and being ready to go the distance. This could be a problem for Tyson, who is both strong and well-paced. Paul could end up facing a relentless offensive force into the later rounds, which is scary for any fighter.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are, wondering, Jake, why are you doing this? Like, even if you beat him, they're going to say, oh, he was old or whatever. But to me, Mike Tyson wanted to fight me. That is an honor. He's one of the most famous boxers in the world to ever do it. Him, Muhammad Ali. And to step in there with someone of his nature is an honor. It's a dream come true.
Jake Paul has said many times that he is sure he can beat Tyson, but his recent moves make it seem like he might be changing his mind. According to people close to the fighter, Paul has been training harder and finding more experienced sparring partners to try to match Tyson's level of preparation. However, seeing footage of Tyson training with Mayweather has reportedly made Paul think about making changes, like focusing more on his defense and endurance. Paul may have thought at first that Tyson would be easy to beat in the ring, given Tyson's age and long break from fighting. But Mayweather's defensive discipline and planned pacing have changed Tyson into a different opponent. Paul is likely feeling the pressure to be more adaptable and maybe trying to counter Tyson's explosiveness without letting his guard down. Jake Paul has been firmly warned that the extra padding and his gloves for his upcoming fight with Mike Tyson may eventually work against him next month's much-anticipated Showdown. We'll see both Paul and Tyson step into the ring for a professional boxing fight like no other. This thrilling event will feature an unusual setup of 8 rounds, each lasting just 2 minutes. A marked shift from the standard 3-minute rounds approved by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. This official match will feature both fighters wearing Fortino gloves notably heavier than the standard ones usually used in the ring. Exploring the intricacies of this impending showdown is none other than Hall of Fame referee Richard Steele, who asks questions about whether the match will go the distance with less than 2 weeks until the fight. The esteemed former referee has challenged the situation, claiming that the extra padding in the gloves will offer little benefit to the young American fighter. Speaking to USA Today, the octogenarian laid it be that still a small glove thinking about the power of Mike Tyson. He added, with Mike Tyson, it's so dangerous even for the referee because you got to be close, but you got to be far away to be able to allow them to do their thing. You had to be always aware of what's going on, because one of Mike Tyson's punches could really hurt the other guy and maybe he don't need to take the other punch. Steele thinks Tyson still has a chance to win despite growing worries about his health. He insisted, he's still dangerous, he has so much power, I just hope he don't end up getting hurt or hurt the other guy. As excitement builds, many fans and analysts are left debating Tyson's readiness to return to the ring. Notably, former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen, who has emerged as a prominent critic, calling for officials to stop the match due to worries regarding Tyson's ongoing health issues. The drama surrounding the match escalated significantly in May when Tyson encountered a major health crisis just weeks ahead of the planned fight while aboard a flight. He experienced a severe flare-up of a stomach ulcer, which forced him to withdraw briefly and rescheduled a fight for a later date despite a 5-month delay. Concerns regarding Tyson's health continue to dominate news. Sonnen has voiced his apprehensions about the former champion's condition, urging the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation to intervene by revoking Tyson's license and canceling the upcoming match in a recent Instagram post. Sonic voiced his worries, revealing that while he wasn't entirely clear on Tyson's health status, he felt it was serious enough to necessitate the former champion being taken off the plane in a wheelchair. He criticized the TDLR, saying there's no statement, no reaction, not even a second thought from the overseeing commission to reconsider this fight. Sean also questioned Tyson's readiness for the fight. Was Mike training after that? Did this give him 5 more months to prepare for Jake Paul? He wondered, suggesting that the health scare might have hindered Tyson's planning. Soman recalled how Tyson assured fans that he would return to full strength in a few months despite acknowledging that he had mobility issues following the event Mike pulled out. Was it a heart attack or a stroke? Something very serious. I can't remember exactly, Sonnen said, underlining his worrying. The former UFC fighter pointed out that at his age Tyson is facing the inevitable deterioration of his physical abilities, while Jake Paul, in the prime of his athletic career, is constantly honing his skills with every bout. Although Sonnen didn't have all the facts, such as the involvement of his ex-UFC teammate Mike Perry stepping in for Tyson against Paul, he still questioned the former champion's performance. He said, "I don't know how Mike would have done that against Paul." As the countdown to the fight reaches the 2-month mark, it's obvious that the controversy surrounding it is only intensifying conversations about whether Tyson should enter the ring, which are set to dominate social media in the lead-up to the highly anticipated event. The excitement surrounding the imminent clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson hit new heights this week when Paul was caught lifting what appeared to be fake weights while wearing a fat suit. This quirky show seems to poke fun at Tyson, who has previously referred to Paul as fat and funky. A video that has gone viral on social media showcases Paul, who boasts about benching 500 pounds, lifting bumper weights that appear far lighter than his claims suggest. The much-anticipated bout continues to gain momentum, drawing growing attention from the media. During a recent guest spot on Jimmy Kimmel's show, Tyson was asked about his faith in beating Paul. The former heavyweight champion reacted with unfiltered honesty, saying very badly,
"New PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No spot. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. This is it. Come on, lightweight. Come on. Ooh. There you go. You got it. Download better, play better, pick.
The inclusion of fat suit in the stunt has ignited discussions about how much of the event is crafted for entertainment purposes despite the theatrics. This match is posed to be a major live event, with reports suggesting that Netflix might be involved in its airing. Enthusiastic fans are abuzz with curiosity, debating whether the showdown will end in a comical display or a clear defeat for Paul. Tyson celebrated for his impressive displays in past bouts, especially his exhibition against Roy Jones Jr., which remains an undeniable powerhouse in the boxing world. As excitement mounts, fans find themselves eagerly awaiting the electrifying event on the horizon. In addition, Jake Paul is honing his skills in sparring sessions without any financial investment. During a chat with Joe LaPuma from Complex Stadium Goods in New York, Paul revealed that he'll be stepping into the ring wearing the most expensive fight shorts in history, with his full outfit estimated at an impressive $1 million. Now that's a trendy way to face off once again. He's working with the shoe surgeon to design his attire for the highly anticipated match. Previously, he displayed a $100,000 outfit that included custom Travis Scott X Air Jordan 1 boxing boots complemented by a bold black and white jacket.
Fast, they make dope shit. They're making the best boxing outfits. And for this Tyson fight, we're making the most expensive fight shorts ever. So got some crazy shit planned, and yeah, we're trying to make a...
This is not the first time Paul has set his goals on breaking the $1 million barrier for his boxing equipment. He earlier stated that his shorts for the rematch with Tyrone Woodley would be worth around $1.2 million. His fortunes stayed steady as he claimed victory over the former UFC champion, achieving a 6th-round knockout while wearing those very shorts. Paul and Tyson are set to square off on November 15th at AT&T Stadium, a highly anticipated battle that was originally planned for July 20th. The delay was due to an ulcer problem that Tyson developed in May. This fight will be Tyson's first real boxing match since 2005, although he last entered the ring for an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr. in November 2020. Meanwhile, Paul brings a strong professional record of 10 wins and 1 loss to the match. His most recent triumph came on July 20th at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, where he secured a TKO victory over Mike Perry after Tyson was unable to participate that day. Mike Tyson is gearing up for a formidable showdown with Jake Paul, the YouTube star who has moved into the world of professional boxing.
You be high when you fight, Jake
Paul?
Oh, I'm gonna be so high off life, yeah.
You high on life. Will you be high on marijuana as well?
That's a possibility too.
It is a possibility.
On September 20th, the famous heavyweight made an appearance on the It Is What It Is podcast and dropped a surprising bombshell. He was totally unaware of who Jake Paul was. To put this into perspective, Paul had made headlines by fighting on the undercard of the much-anticipated exhibition bout between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., where he notably garnered attention by delivering a knockout to former NBA star Nate Robinson. Reflecting on their meeting during his exhibition fight back in 2020, Tyson said, "I didn't know who the hell he was." However, now that Tyson has gotten to know the former Disney star, he claimed he's improved since he started. However, Paul hasn't improved enough for Tyson, who added, "I started him, and it looks like I'm going to finish him with less than 2 months left until their highly anticipated clash." Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is eager to take advantage of every chance to trade blows both physically, in the ring, and verbally outside of it. The former heavyweight champion has spent the last year experiencing rigorous training in preparation for his return to the ring leading up to his fight on November 15th. Tyson opened up about his daily routine in a September 23rd chat on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tyson said, "I'm working extremely hard. I start at 11 a.m. and I might leave the gym at 5 o'clock p.m. He stated he takes a small break during the day and varies the kinds of workouts he does throughout the 6-hour span. He said, "After I finish doing my boxing, I get a massage for an hour, and then I go right into strength and fitness." Tyson, a renowned champion for cannabis, has often shared insights into how the herb has shaped his approach to training. Earlier this year, he revealed his choice to forego some activities in order to sharpen his focus ahead of an upcoming fight. When Kimmel asked about his current relationship with cannabis, Tyson admitted he had enjoyed it but noted, "But not lately." Kimmel asked if he planned to be high for the Paul fight. The champ quipped, "I'm going to be so high off life," as the crowd cheered when Kimmel tried to clarify if he'd be high on and marijuana. Tyson admitted that's a possibility too. Cannabis isn't the only substance influencing his match prep. In a recent episode of the Impulsive podcast hosted by Logan Paul, Tyson shared that psilocybin mushrooms have played a key role in elevating his gym performance. Tyson said, "I have to take them when I train. I always train with my mushrooms. I train on mushrooms because I feel beautiful. It takes me to heaven." Debut Mike Tyson has openly admitted that there's a chance he could be under the influence when he enters the ring. Since retiring, Iron Mike has developed a persona centered around his love for marijuana and other substances, even founding his own cannabis ranch and launching a range of CBD products. During the interview, Kimmel showed unwavering faith in the former heavyweight champion's potential to conquer the problem child, who holds a professional record of 10-1. However, he didn't shy away from asking Tyson about his marijuana use, curious if it played into his training routine. Tyson responded candidly, "Not really. I have smoked, but not anytime soon." Tyson shared that he's been spending up to 6 hours a day in training for the upcoming fight. He confidently suggested to Kimmel that betting on his victory over Jake Paul might just be a very good idea. The upcoming fight has sparked substantial criticism from fans and analysts alike, mostly because Tyson hasn't stepped into the ring professionally since his 2005 knockout loss to Kevin McBride. Now hitting 60, he's over twice the age of his opponent Jake Paul. Despite the backlash, Tyson stays unfazed, believing he has unfinished business with Paul. In reference to Jake Paul's 2020 debut on the undercard of Tyson's practice bout versus Roy Jones Jr., he said that he started Jake Paul off. Tyson has therefore stated, "I've chosen that I started him, and now that I'm going to finish him in this particular fight, he has to go." Jake Paul's journey has taken a remarkable turn since he first went into the ring on the undercard of the November 2020 Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. fight. That night, he squared off against Nate Robinson and made a powerful statement, clinching victory with a second-round knockout. Since that fight, Paul has built a formidable name in professional boxing, achieving an amazing 10-1 record. His victories include standout wins against high-profile MMA stars like Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz and Woodley. The former Disney star are gearing up for a high-stakes battle against Tyson on November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, though some in the combat sports world are hesitant to support the matchup given worries about Tyson's age and health. The 58-year-old boxing icon is unwavering. Tyson has made it clear he's approaching the bout with serious intent, trying to crush Paul's boxing aspirations once and for all. On a recent episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, Tyson shared thoughts on a possible showdown with Jake. Paul noticed the stark age gap between them, Tyson being 60 while Paul is just 27. He recounted how he'd originally opened the door for Paul by letting him fight on the same card as his match with Roy Jones. Now Tyson mused, since he had kick-started Paul's career, he felt bound to be the one to close that chapter.
I'm 60 years old, he's 27, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're older than he is, but you are Mike Tyson and he isn't.
Exactly. I started, to matter of fact, I started. Thank you. I started Jake Paul off.
Can I ask you, how did you start him off?
On my fight with Roy Jones, I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm going to finish him.
Legendary boxer Mike Tyson recently shared insights into his struggles leading up to his eagerly awaited showdown with Jake Paul in a candid talk on the Con and Talk to Me podcast. Tyson opened up about his long-standing battles with addiction and the impact these challenges have had on his life and career. Reflecting on how these struggles have shaped his path, he revealed, "I smoked weed all my life. Listen, I was born a junkie. I was born that way. I'm a junkie, so that's just how I was born. I don't know what to do. I don't get high now, but that's who I am. I switch my addiction to something else, but I'm in a junkie. I was smoking not too long ago. I'm cool now, probably 2 weeks or so without smoking. I did a little mushroom before I came here." As Tyson gradually recovers from this setback, reports now say he's back to training with only 6 weeks remaining. Mike Tyson is freely discussing his comeback and the dedicated preparations he's making for this crucial challenge during his conversation with Kimmel. Tyson pondered on the prime of his career when his mind and body were at their absolute peak. He recalled the electrifying thrill of feeling attuned to every motion in the ring. Kimmel then jumped in, sharing his excitement about the highly awaited showdown with Jake Paul. He said, "I don't know if you understand that every middle-aged man is rooting for you within an intensity that almost makes no sense. Like, I really want you to beat this guy," in a playful back and forth. Mike Tyson claimed he never thought of himself as middle-aged. Kimmel quickly interrupted, clarifying that he was actually talking to his own age group. Tyson, however, wasn't ready to let the topic go, pointing out that age is more complicated than it seems. He even brought up Julius Caesar, the historical leader responsible for the Julian calendar that set the standard for our 365-day year. Tyson argued that pinpointing someone's age was quite a formidable challenge before the Julian calendar was adopted. Consequently, despite being the elder, he found a surprising sense of optimism regarding his situation. Nevertheless, Jimmy Kimmel continued, "You feel like you're fighting for something other than just Mike Tyson. You're feeling like you're fighting for guys your age in a way people your age, the youngest heavyweight winner in history, shot back. I've never thought that before in my life." In a subsequent part of the interview, Mike Tyson openly discussed his preparations for fights. He stated that Jake Paul had fought on the undercard of his match with Roy Jones Jr., catching Kimmel off guard. When he asked about Tyson's training routine, the iconic boxer revealed that he follows a rigorous training regimen, beginning his workouts at 11 in the morning, while Kimmel struggled to grasp the extent of the time commitment. Tyson explained that he trains all the way until 5 o'clock p.m. Mike Tyson meets an ambitious opponent eager to claim victory in a flash, setting the stage for an intense showdown right from the start. This situation inspired the former heavyweight champion to channel the raw power of his early days when he frequently dispatched rivals long before the fight reached its midpoint. Although worries regarding his health remain, fans are buzzing with excitement, yearning to see the boxing star deliver yet another stunning knockout. 4 years ago, Mike Tyson offered Jake Paul a place on his undercard, totally unaware of who he was despite not recognizing the social media sensation at the time. Tyson now claims to have played a key role in kickstarting Paul's career. "I don't know, I'm close to 60 years old, and he thinks he's going to get a lot of money as well." He said on It Is What It Is when asked why Paul was fighting him, he added, "He's improved since he started. I started Jake off. I let him fight on my undercard a few years ago. I didn't know who the hell he was. I started him, and it looks like I'm going to finish him." Although the regulations will largely reflect those from Tyson's earlier encounter with Jones Jr., the legitimacy of this matchup has been questioned mainly because of the stark 30-year age gap between the two fighters. Regardless, the results will officially add to their respective fight records. In a notable contrast, Paul has consistently interacted with the boxing world since his entry in 2020. He initially captured attention by triumphing over fellow YouTuber Asin Gid in Miami, paving the way for his ongoing pursuit in the sport. His only defeat came at the hands of Tommy Fury last year, but he has since rebounded spectacularly with 4 straight wins. Notably, one of these victories was against Mike Perry, a bare-knuckle fighter and former UFC star who stepped in for Tyson last July. Perry was stopped in the 6th round. Unable to overcome the big size difference against the more seasoned Paul afterward, Paul answered Tyson, saying it's happening November 15th, while Tyson is training. He's back looking crazier than ever. I'm going to get another coup and prove everyone wrong once again. Everyone said I was an idiot for taking this fight and that I was risking it. But this is why I'm here. I take big risks in the world of punch statistics. Jake Paul boasts a notable edge over Mike Tyson as Tyson gears up to face a rival 31 years old. His junior worries about his health have emerged given his age and the scarcity of recent bouts. Many are skeptical about his prospects against the 27-year-old Paul, who has been constantly participating in professional fights for the past 4 years.
You think that he could last a long time with you, go into the later rounds?
I'd be surprised if he even makes it out of 2 rounds.
You'd be surprised he makes it out of 2 rounds.
Yeah, I just have too much power, too much speed, and with my coaching staff the past year and a half, working with them every single day, I've become literally a new fighter. This is what I manifest.
Tyson has been posting short clips of his pad work, aiming to show that he can still hold his own against Paul. However, the majority of these videos are just 5-second highlights that have been pieced together, leading fans to question his overall fitness. The doubts surrounding the punch output of Tyson and Paul are only amplified when we compare their results in the ring. On average, Paul lands 34.7 punches each round, strikingly close to Tyson's peak average of 34 punches per round. Yet, in his latest fight against Jones Jr., Tyson's output dropped to a troubling 24.1 punches per round. For context, J. John, recognized for having the least punch output among current heavyweights, throws an average of only 27.6 punches per round. In contrast, Alexander Usyk, the reigning heavyweight champion, lands 46.7 punches, slightly above the division's top fighters, who average around 41 punches per round. Despite Paul's relatively low output as a fighter, he is still 34.48% more active than Tyson was in 2020. It will be interesting to see whether this trend has a considerable effect on the former undisputed heavyweight champion in his next bout. Nonetheless, as he approaches the age of 60, it's improbable that he'll be able to accelerate his pace dramatically. In his bout against Jones Jr., Tyson managed to connect with fewer than 10 punches per round, and troublingly, he failed to land a single jab in both the 2nd and 8th rounds. This is particularly concerning because the jab plays a vital role in establishing a fighter's rhythm and facilitating subsequent attacks. During the 8-round bout, he unleashed an impressive 57 power punches, but landed only 10 jabs. In contrast, Paul typically connects with an average of 18.3 jabs each round. The fight will consist of 8 2-minute rounds, but Tyson can currently complete only 6 rounds of sparring. It's hard to walk right now, he told USA Today after a recent 6-round spar. He added, but 2 months from now, I'm going to be perfect. The fight is won in the gym. Listen, I'll do anything that will help me. I'm going to enjoy my time here tonight with all my childhood friends, and the hell with Jake Paul. So that's all from today's movie. If you liked it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our future videos.